Hello, I'm Dr. Jerry Parrish. I'm the Chief Economist at the Florida Chamber Foundation. Welcome to this edition of Florida by the Numbers. This month we don't have new job numbers. We'll get the revisions for 2019 in March. But today I want to show you the front page of the Florida scorecard. You can see that most of Florida's metrics on the front page of the scorecard are green. So Florida does continue to do well. What I want to talk about today is something that's in the news, and that's the coronavirus and how it may affect Florida's economy. You can see the headlines. Yesterday, the Dow dropped by more than 1,000 points. Companies are cutting their GDP forecasts. 30-year mortgages are at an 8-year low. Manufacturers are idling their factories because of supply chain issues. All of this is having an effect on Florida's economy, and it could continue. This is certainly a concern, but it's not anything to panic about at this point. What's true is that there are no cases of coronavirus in Florida as of now. You can get good, reliable information from Johns Hopkins University's website. You can see that on the slide. This is a reliable source that can help put this threat into perspective. I encourage you to look at it for yourself. It is true that there are confirmed cases that are expanding in Italy, South Korea, and other countries. And that's what has spooked the financial markets. Of course, that will have an effect on Florida's economy. Here are some of the things that I'm looking at. These things are tracked on the Florida scorecard. You can find it at thefloridascorecard.org. These are things that will be affected by the virus outbreak if it continues to expand. Florida enjoyed more than 14 million visitors from other countries last year. Those visitors stay longer and spend more, and they contribute lots of state and local tax dollars to Florida. Florida is currently the #2 state for this metric, and our Florida 2030 blueprint goal is to be #1. The number of cruise passengers has grown substantially over the years. Certainly with the current news, we should expect some cancellations by Florida cruise passengers. This news is also affecting production in China. We should expect delays of imports into Florida. Some of these imports are components for Florida manufacturers. We will see supply chain disruptions of those imports until the situation stabilizes. That will definitely affect Florida's exports. Our Florida 2030 blueprint goal is for Florida to become a top 5 manufacturing state. We are 12th now, and this outbreak will affect Florida's efforts to move toward the top 5. Here's the balance of imports and exports between Florida and China. You can see that our imports are more than 8 times the dollar volume of our exports to China. Now, let's take a look at other financial markets that are being affected by this outbreak. The 10-year government bond and the 3-month T-bill are now showing an inversion. An inversion of the yield curve has been a reliable but not perfect signal of a future recession. This is one of the metrics that goes into the calculation of the probability of a Florida recession that's on our Florida scorecard. This is a current look at the business climate and competitiveness pillar on the scorecard. You can see that now the probability of recession is in red. It has increased to 24.1% probability of Florida being in a recession over the next 9 months. Thanks for watching this edition of Florida by the Numbers. If you have any questions or comments, please contact me at the Florida Chamber Foundation. Thank you.